In 1997, I found there was an opportunity to purchase a small store down on Monroe Avenue at the intersection of Clover Street. They weren't doing terribly well at the time, and I thought it was a terrific location. So we bought it, my wife and I, and within 2 or 3 years, we had tripled the volume there. We were very happy, but we sort of maxed out. So we started looking for another location, maybe something a little bigger. And coincidentally, I found out that this location was going to be available, and I knew it was a great location. And I was the first one to call the landlord. I signed a lease within a week. I didn't negotiate anything. I just signed a lease. I was so eager to get in here, and I really didn't want anybody to beat me to the punch. And it's been wonderful. It's probably been the best move we've ever made. We're very fortunate that the neighborhood is, they've welcomed us with open arms. Matt probably started working at our other store when he was 9 or 10 years old, and he's always had an affinity for it. He's always had an interest in it. He's always had a passion for it.
My name is Matt Yaeger. My family and I own Pinnacle Wine Liquor. My role at the store is basically general manager. So I act as buyer, I run the floor, supervise our staff, and also help pick out our selections. The term hand-pick selection, that's a good one because it's a balancing act. Some people, they buy wine based on scores. Some stores stock what's popular. We try to find a good in-between, good balance. So we taste wine every single day, and the trick is you can't just taste wine with your preferences in mind. You really got to taste with your customers' preferences and what they would like. So one of the opportunities for growth that we see is event planning and event planning services. So we've actually partnered up with Artisan Works. Artisan Works is a not-for-profit community art space that also happens to host events. So it's really trying to break the mold of having your wedding at a country club or a party house that supplies the alcohol, supplies the wine, picks it out for you. Typically what we found is that these wines are overpriced and not very good. So what we enable people to do is pick out their wines with our help and our suggestions based on the number of people they have at these events, and we deliver these wines free of charge to the event and basically take care of all the details in between. So we've really enjoyed our partnership with Victoria Benz, who's the events director at Artisan Works. We coordinate planning and delivery for all our events, and we make sure that things go smooth.
So over at Pinnacle, we actually work with Matt Yaeger, and he's been wonderful. This last wedding season, during the spring, one of our bartenders was putting all the liquors for the event up on a back bar shelf behind the bartenders, and it crashed. And it was about an hour before the wedding started. It was some pretty expensive liquor, a couple bottles were broken. I didn't know where to go, so I got in the car and I just started driving, and I couldn't find these particular brands anywhere around here. So I just drove just one step further to Pinnacle, walked in the door, asked for help, and Matt was right there. He was able to help me. He was able to get me the kind of Glenfiddich that I was looking for, that I had no idea was what I was looking for, just by looking at text messages on my pictures of the broken bottles on my phone, and helped us out with that. And ever since then, we've had a really great relationship.
Our philosophy on event planning services is we make it easy for you. So you talk to us, you make a couple phone calls, and we take care of the rest for you.
Yeah. I get to work with my kids. My daughter 3 or 4 days a week, my son every day of the week. Again, I've been in this business since 1968. I've never been as happy. And I'm generally a pretty happy person, but I've never been as happy. Certainly, having a very successful business is important, but the big thing is the ability to work with my family.